Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for the TNA Event Center report. And now here's the man to give you all the total non-stop action and impactful report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977, episode 2447 of the show, ladies and gentlemen. And it's August the 7th, 2025, 10:04 p.m. And I know a lot of you folks out there have watched Rant and Rave and expected... and I'm glad, I want to thank all the folks that have commented on the Rant and Rave live podcast. I know not one soul on that podcast or even on the live chat mentioned me. I want to thank everybody for that, for honoring my request. I really, like I said, I want to take this sabbatical very, very seriously. And despite the fact that we hashed everything out this past Tuesday, I figured, I still want people to, because I want other people to get a chance, like Brendan LaChance. So I want to get, this is a great idea for Rant and Rave. Like if I'm going to take a sabbatical, they should bring on special guest co-hosts. I think that's a heck of an idea, and I support that idea. And I think Brendan LaChance is was a welcome addition to Rant and Rave, and even though it was a special guest. Thanks for showing him love and support, and another thing too, I don't want the spotlight being on me, and I don't want everybody to worry about me. I'll be fine. I will be fine. I'm doing this, and I'm still doing my show, still doing my content, and it's good content to go with. So, but like I said, continue to support the guys over there at Rant and Rave, and if they have another special guest co-host, so continue to support that person as well. So, and show them the courtesy and respect wholeheartedly. I appreciate that. I know you guys probably saying we missed you in the live chat, we missed you on Rant and Rave. Don't worry when this month's over, when this month already sucks for me as it is, I will be back. I will be back next month, so don't worry. Like I said, sometimes I wish this month would be over fast today, because pressure luck today, bad luck, as you can see. Well, but let's get into wrestling, shall we? We got a little TNA, because TNA just happened not too long ago, and I figured I would talk about it. TNA World Champ Trick Williams runs his mouth on Impact, and to kick off Impact, and Moose came out to interrupt him, and Moose just hits him in the face, hits him with the microphone, and then wants to go spears him, and then Trick Williams does retreat. But then he says but then before that he says that there's something, he knows he's aligned himself with First Class, so there's gonna be something going on with Casey Navarro. So Gary LaSpiza, who's been filling in for Gia Miller, has welcomed back Gia Miller, and then she's about to interview Gia Miller. She says, I could take it from here. And then she thanked Gabby for filling in for her. And then she dressed Tessa Blanchard. And she said, when you get back to work, if you ever put your hands on me again, I'll effing kill you. And I'm going, there's a side of Gia Miller we have not seen. And you know what? I'm sure she's saying that she's probably daring Tessa Blanchard to come back and hit her. I dare Tessa Blanchard. It's a side of Gia Miller you have not seen. Watch the Indies. She formed a team with Cruel and freaking Madman Fulton. If she is demented enough to bring those two monsters together, what is she capable of as herself? In one independent show, she brought together two of the biggest, meanest monsters in the Indies. In Kruger, Mads Cruel, not Kruger, Mads Cruel, and freaking Madman Fulton. And she did backstab her boyfriend, Ace Austin. Austin in the Indies. If she's capable of any of that, if I were Tessa Blanchard, I would not mess with Gia Miller. I'm sure, and Gia Miller's had enough of Tessa Blanchard's tricks and all that. And Tessa, sweetheart, you's in trouble. You better watch yourself. And then Gia Miller interviewed Joe Hendry, and Joe Hendry talked about his match against Mustafa Ali. And then Mike Santana talked to Sam Callahan, and they respect each other, so let's do it one more time. And then the Northern Armory confronts the two of them, and they said they need a cleansing. That leads to a matchup that Santino Marella made for next week, Mike Santana one-on-one with Eric Young. Then Frankie Kazarian comes out and joins on commentary, which ticked off both Matthew Raywalt and Tom Hennepin. And the international title was on line. Steve Macklin and Jake Sumton. They fought to a double countout, which leads to another rematch at Emergence with no DQ, no countout, anything goes in this matchup. Let those two big boys fight. Now, meanwhile, Steph DeLander and Mance Warner were knocking at Santino's door, and then she opened it up, and she goes, "Oh, no one's here. That's how rude." Hey, wait a minute, there's no one here. And she drags Mance Warner in there. I'm like, I'm not going to venture a guess what they're going to do in Santino's office. And believe you and me, we don't want to know. Or do we want to know? Down the road. Cedric Alexander addresses the exhibition title as he challenges Leon Slater for the title at Emergence. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. And the Personal Concierge introduces the Elegance brand. It's M and the other half of the Knockouts Tag Team Champs, headed by Elegance, take on the team of the international team of Zaya Brookside and Lei Ying Lee. And Brookside and Lee end up winning the matchup. Now here comes the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. So Santino Marella was talking about the lovely Ariana Grace, and he said, I need to talk to you about something. I wonder if he's going to talk to her about her alliance with Stax, because in real life they are seeing each other. But when they open up the door, Ariana Grace screamed, "Oh my God!" And he goes, "Oh my God, this is my office. This is a TNA office, not the National Geographic." He slams the door. Oh, disgust me. I'm like, oh no. Well, let's just say this: National Geographic. Now, it can mean either one or two things. I think the Bloodhound Gang sang it best. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. So let's do it like we do it on Discovery Channel. Do it again now. I think that song could be ringing in my head right now. Could be ringing in Santino Marella's head. Well, Ariana Grace is just... I wonder if she's going to talk about NXT going, I have not been so more traumatized to see two... if you want to venture a guess what Steph DeLander and Mance Warner were doing in Santino Marella's office, let's just say for all intents and purposes, okay, let's just say that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Ooh ee ooh ding dang wah bing bang. Ooh ee ooh ding dang wah bing bang. That could be. You may be thinking, what were they doing in there? You don't want to know. Yep. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. Yee-hoo. Okay. So, Alice Elegance was upset at her team losing the matchup, so she kicked everyone, including the Personal Concierge, out to try to get revives together for the TNA Knockouts World Title, challenging JC Jane. And then they had the First Class Penthouse Emergency Edition, and Casey Navarro addresses his injury. He tore his ACL, And he's kind of like broken up about it, and I don't blame him, right? And then AJ Francis says, you know what? As they say in football, next man up. And he reintroduces the returning Rich Swann. Rich Swann is back after a year away from TNA. And then him and AJ Francis kicks out Casey Navarro from First Class. They kick the crutches out from under him, and they say, get out of here. Man needs his crutches, man. It's like the New Day all over again. You're talking about AJ Francis, a.k.a. Uncle Phil, and now you got Jazz back in Rich Homie Swann. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm sorry. But First Class and New Day, they're first class jerky tag teams. They kick out their third man that's helped them be successful. I mean, seriously. Freaking Casey Navarro. Pardon me? I like that guy. Casey Navarro's earned my respect. Get well, get better. When you come back, AJ Francis is going to get his butt kicked. That's for sure. Yeah, AJ Francis, Uncle Phil of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on now. AJ Francis is an A1 certified dork. Next man up. I'm going to go full big. Yeah, flop dollar. Learn how to flip over the top rope properly, you goof. And Rich Homie Swann, man. Unbelievable. Disappointed in First Class. Poor Casey Navarro. Casey's going to come back, and we're all going to say, pardon me? And guess what? Pardon me, Francis. This is what, Francis, AJ Francis, like a speck of dandruff on my shirt. I'm brushing it off. Dork. That's how I feel about you, AJ Francis, you jerk. And then Mara Sade, smooth operator. No, that's Sade, not Mara Sade. Took on Vicious Vicky. Sade ended up winning the matchup with the finish her. And then the Knockouts World title was on the line. JC Jane versus Ash by Elegance. The match was doing fine until Masha Slamovich got involved, which throws out the match. I think JC Jane wins it by disqualification because Masha Slamovich attacked. Ash by Elegance wins by disqualification because Masha Slamovich attacked her first. So there's that, and then all of a sudden Fatal Influence got involved, and then the Elegance brand got involved. Then Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside got involved, and the Inspiration got involved, and all these women brawled and brawled and brawled. Meanwhile, the Hardy Boys are dressing about becoming great tag team legend. They have another set of tag team titles. Looks like they're going belt collecting as well. So this will be very interesting for sure. And then Santino Marella announces matches for Emergence and not for Emergence, which two of the matches, Mike Santana versus Sami Callihan, international title, international title on the line as Jake Something and Steve Macklin in a no disqualification, no countout matchup. Then you have a fatal four-way match for the Knockouts Tag Team titles. Fatal Influence, the Elegance brand, will defend them obviously against Fatal Influence, Zaya Brookside, Lei Ying Lee, and the Inspiration. And then you got now he calls up the Nemeth brothers to say, as far as Emergence goes, you're suspended, but Ryan Nemeth, you're going to fight in Emergence. You're going to fight the hometown man. So, because of what happened. So, and also the Hardys will defend the tag team titles against the Rascals. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then Joe Hendry took on Mustafa Ali. Hendry had the match won until Tasha Steelz pulls out the referee. Great Hands got involved in the matchup. Agent Zero got involved, and they all gave Mustafa Ali the victory. And that is it for the TNA Event Center for August the 7th, 2025. Again, I do apologize for not making a live chat appearance on Rant and Raid podcast. I figured I would I said I was going to take the sabbatical very seriously. I was going to focus on my content for the month and everything else in between. So that's what I did as I presented to you TNA. Watched a little bit of Pressure Luck. If only Sumite had $100,000 in a spin for the final 2 spins, she would have won the $1 million. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. But didn't mean to spoil it for you folks out there. All I know is just watch the thing, you know. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. Disregard. I just watched Pressure Luck and I had a good day, you know. So what's going to happen tomorrow? We'll get some Bullseye for you. This the game of Strategy, Luck, Knowledge, and Dare. We got some SmackDown as well tomorrow night. So I'm totally excited. So it'll be Fearless Friday or Friday, because after tomorrow I get the weekend off. It'll be a whole lot of fun. So I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night. Rest of your night. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.